would like to give a special welcome to every young person that is here, the future British Columbia kids. Would you come on up closer in front of the flag? High school. Let's give a welcome to the high school. College, university, elementary, and Harman's adorable kids. Oh my gosh, come on up with those adorable kids. Please sing from your heart. We are here to save the nation and save the province of British Columbia. So please, would you join me in singing Oh Canada? I was going to say Oh British Columbia. Oh Canada, everybody?
All right.
Oh Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all our sons' command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true North strong and free. From far and wide, O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Let's sing it! God keep our land glorious and free. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Play ball, everybody! Welcome! Thank you, Brandon.
See if the speaker behaves. All right. Well, thank you everyone for coming out. My name is Brandon. I'm the organizer for this event over here. I was the party's candidate for Coquitlam Port Moody in the 2020 election. So I've got a good experience with this party, you know. I was, like many people, I was a member of the BC Liberal Party for a long time. And, you know, I really believed at the time that they were that party for Conservatives. I had time and time again, though, I was disappointed by the provincial party where they were not delivering on conservative principles. They brought in a carbon tax out of anything. That didn't seem conservative at all to me at the time, so I decided to branch out into the Conservative Party of BC, and I haven't looked back at all since I've made that movement.
Good job.
I just want to say it's a beautiful day out here in Surrey, and I'm just so happy that everyone has been able to make it down here. We've got some great speakers out here today. We've got Aaron Gunn, we've got Harman Bhangu, the candidate you guys have come out here to support. So without further ado, I won't yammer on for too long. I just wanted to invite my dear friend Aaron Gunn to come out here and say some words.
Let me start off by saying it's great to be here to introduce a close personal friend, a real incredible human being, and the next MLA for South Surrey, Harman Bhangu.
Yes.
Here in British Columbia, the cost of living is really at unprecedented highs. It's out of control. We have the highest gas prices in all of North America. If I recall, I think it peaked at over $2.20 a liter. We also have one of the least affordable housing markets in the entire world, actually third in the world behind just Hong Kong and San Jose, or just the local restaurant down the street that's been saddled with a higher and higher tax bill every single year. Of course, there's also the fact that many of our downtown cores, especially in Vancouver, have turned into, for lack of a better term, lawless gong shows, where criminals are rarely prosecuted, and even when they are, our revolving door justice system puts them right back onto the streets over and over again. So you'd think, with all of these serious issues facing the province, impacting the lives of everyday British Columbians, that we would have a robust political debate in this province. That's what you would think. Instead, it would appear that the majority of these issues are not seriously debated or discussed at all. Every party in the BC legislature today supports the regressive, job-killing, inflation-causing carbon tax. Every single one. Every party in the BC legislature today supports the taxpayer-funded supply of hard drugs into our communities. And every party in the BC legislature today refuses to propose serious, substantive reforms to our chronically underperforming healthcare system. And something needs to change. And the results of that lack of a democratic alternative are there for everybody to see. Last election in BC, we had the lowest turnout in our province's history. the lowest turnout. That is not a sign of a healthy democracy. That is a sign of a tired, unimaginative political elite who think that they know best, and a population who has begun to tune them out.
Yep.
That's right.
Here.
That's right.
But here's the thing about that. Apathy, or burying one's head in the sand, which is sometimes the easiest thing to do, has never been a solution to our problems. Which is why over the past 3 months, I have worked with a dedicated and accomplished group of individuals, some of whom are here today, to begin the process of reinvigorating and reigniting the Conservative Party of British Columbia, so that British Columbians finally have the choice and democratic alternative that they deserve. And I can think of no better individual to lead that charge here in South Surrey than the man who is standing just to my left over there, Mr. Harman Bhangu.
Yes.
Hold on.
Bring him on.
Now, over the past year, I've got to know Harman pretty well, I'd say. I think that's a fair thing to say. He's a man of principle, of hard work, and someone who deeply and sincerely cares about the lives of the everyday working man and woman in this province. Without question, he is one of the most genuine people that I have ever met, and I mean that from the heart. He's also a fighter, someone who doesn't back down and always has your back, even when the going gets tough, including standing up for me when the media and others attempted to disparage and defame my character. So I thank you very much for that, Harman. That means a lot. And maybe most importantly, I think this sums him up pretty well, he is a man of common sense and who is defined by what is true and what is right, not what is politically correct. So friends, please give a warm round of applause for the next MLA for South Surrey, Harman Bhangu.
Left and right, I'm really getting sick of this narrative. It's about the common person. That's who we really need to think about. You got to think about the grandmother, the parents, the little kids, and everyone else. They need to have a future.
Yeah.
And we can also help our healthcare staff by bringing back the trained medical professions who are let go of their jobs to a private medical decision. We're here. And with the crime that's happening, just the other day there was a man stabbed right across one riding over in Cloverdale. Random attack. What do you think today the attacker is? Probably back out in the streets because of a revolving door justice system, and where it doesn't keep our family, kids, and everyone that we love safe anymore. But something needs to happen. We need to get to the table and have these conversations. Yes, there's a mental health issue involved in this. So why not sit down and have these conversations? We've been told talking about race or anything else is so divisive, it's toxic. Well, you know what leads to bigger problems? Not talking about it.
Right.
When you ignore something,
Right.
you let the balloon out of control. And it's just like every time, just say politically, the government in charge doesn't agree with you, why does it have to result in hateful rhetoric?
Right.
Where they attack the ones that don't support them. In government public service, like the way I see it, I'm running for public service. I'm a public servant. That's what I want to be. I want to represent the people. That's what we really need to get back to doing.
Yes.
Good job, Harman.
And it's just, you go down every other place, you see it, like with the mental health issues. I think that maybe we got to get out of the box and think of new ways to actually help society. They talk about building shelters. I would love that, but maybe we should start thinking ahead and have some commercial space downstairs where we can rehabilitate the workers that live in these facilities, give them a job where it's close by, everyone can monitor it, and we can get them back in society and make them, part of the society again. You know what I mean?
Like John Bolton.
And now with everything has become like polar with racism and everything. Just political correctness is going way too far. Like now, I'm not even a Canadian anymore. I'm a Southeast Asian. That's what I'm labeled. It wasn't me. No one came to me and asked me my opinion. My mom's here. She was so proud when I was born in this country of Canada. She was ecstatic, telling all the relatives. Usually in her tradition, we hang out laddu. She was hanging out barfi, like a lot of other things. She was so happy that, her son was in a country because she came here for the opportunity for a better life for children. But the reason why I feel my mom stayed is the freedom that comes with it in Canada. The freedom of the religion, the freedom of speech. Every summer, the Diwali, Vaisakhi, we can have these events. That's why a lot of people flock to come to Canada. The freedom that comes with it. And now when I see certain religions being targeted, it is very alarming and it's disgusting to see. And especially coming from political people in politics, the people who are in charge of us, who are supposed to represent us. Whatever happened to a conservative, just say a conservative MLA reaching out to not just his voter base, but reach out to the Liberal voter base, reach out to the NDP voter base, have a town hall at your office, invite people in, let's discuss things, let's have these healthy discussions and make them constructive that will leave us with a better British Columbia to live in for everyone, where we're not fighting each other upon the color of your skin or what you identify with or anything. I think it's time we take control of our lives and we get back out there and we let South Surrey know this time that we're not going to take this identity politics and all these divisive rhetoric. I always hear it from everyone, it's the Conservatives doing it. I don't see that. I have a lot of Conservative friends. And Aaron Gunn has been one of my best friends as of late. Honestly, he has just been there for me time and time again. When I lost my father, I always used to talk to my dad about politics. I kind of had that void. Then I saw a video with Aaron one day, and I was like, hey, you know what? I'll reach out. Chances are they won't message you back. No one does. You know what I mean? But right away, the next morning, I get a response, and he's like, hey, let's have a conversation. And after that, we just hit it off. We started talking, and we agreed with a lot. Then when the media starts blaming a good person like this as a racist, misogynist, bigot, I am not going to stand for that.
Thank you.
Woo! I am not stand for that. To me, that is such degrading, belittling. I know how it feels because no matter where you go, any country, there will be a little minute populism or racism. There will be. But it doesn't mean that everyone is there. The majority of Canadians are amazing. They are amazing people that will help you through the thick and thin. And just to hear about it now, everyone wants socialism. People think that, Aaron's this, but we have good conversations. And what he always told me about is how about Harman? What I love about your culture is they stick together. You and your dad and your brother work together, moved up, bought other homes, still live in the same house, and just to get ahead. And I explained to him, the reason is because when I get older and I have kids, we'll be ahead of the game, and when I can go out and I can spend time with my family, my kids, like I need to do for them to have manners, principles, respect others. That is a core reason why I'm running for MLA here in Surrey South. I want to bring everyone together. I want to bring the left, the right, everyone needs to come together. We need to start having these conversations because that is the only way we get past this point. If we keep on going down this crazy rhetoric of calling each other names, degrading each other, and belittling each other, I don't think we're going to ever get anywhere. Then you'll see a great country like this fall apart. And that is the last thing I want to see, and that is something that I will fight for day in, day out, because this is where I call my home. This is where I was born. This is where I was raised. My kids have been born here. My wife, my mom came here for a better life for her kids. She's been able to provide me that, and it's my responsibility to pass that on to the next generation.
Yeah.
And I want to go back to the gang crime for a second. You know, everyone wonders, like, you know, what's going on? Everything's got out of control. I've been sitting back and thinking, why? Why do these kids choose this life? Why? And you look at inflation, you look at the cost of life. A lot of parents have to work 2, 3 jobs, day, night, split shifts, whatever it has to be, right, to get the job done for your household. And the kids feel neglected, you know, like for sports. One thing, the biggest thing to me, I used to get so proud when my mom and my dad used to come to my games and watch me play, but now I coach sports. I hear from the kids, Coach, my dad can't make it today, sorry, he has to work. So we're always from behind having to work so hard to catch up. And that takes away from your personal connection with your children. Then have more funding for sports programs, after school activities. We need to do that for the youth. So when you go to the polls on September 10th or any of the early days, I would really appreciate if you put your vote forward for me, myself, and also my great team. Because without the team behind me, of everyone on this party, I would not be able to do it. They've been open with open arms. They've welcomed me. They've listened to me every step of the way, and they're the perfect team behind me to fight for every single one here. Thank you.
And in front of you now.
All right, I'll be walking around. If anyone wants to have some conversations, I'm open for it. I'll be walking around and getting to meet each and every one of you.